What's good? You rocking with your boy TheCzarr, all rights reserved. Let me quickly say before I get into it, the hunt for the 6th and 7th man. To the group Raging Chicken Press that have released the information on Mrs. Mitski, I want to say that number one, Mrs. Mitski, if you're down to sue this group, I will support you, because you took an innocent Jewish woman that worked hard for her career, and you went ahead and you stepped in and released something through somebody named Mr. Kitchen, who is part of an organization that has very questionable things about their character towards prejudices as well, allegedly. So you went ahead and released this personal info on her, which is against the law, because you're definitely calling things out, and you caused damages in her life, and she's been approved back after it's been proved to be wrong through a court system of people who are individuals who are credible. That means that you're now eligible, and you still got the article up. Now, if I knew about this before, I would have been blasted y'all with this. But understand this. Growing up and knowing her, not only did she save my life a few times, but I'm telling you, it will be an all-out assault on your media. We will make sure that nothing good comes from your media, no notoriety or nothing, for you keeping up a personal record that released her location and personal information. Y'all are targeted now for a suit that could potentially be large. Yes, you could get in trouble for doing what you're doing, releasing personal info and stuff because of the say-so of a random guy I seen around when I was at college. Yes, I seen random. You were like, really? When I seen your picture and I seen who you were, I laughed hilariously. You guys don't get it, but here's what I'm gonna say. I will walk her through and let her know how she can actually deal with all of you, where it hits your pockets. And maybe you learn that when your freedom of speech is to release addresses, to release personal info, thinking that it's freedom of speech, that's not freedom of speech. You're getting people targeted. That is what your ultimate motive is, and that can be proven because of the type of things that the group you're linked to believes in. I will give her all that info. So yes, we are from the same city, and then Harrisburg watches me. So if you come across this, let Raging Chicken Press know if those are your friends or any of them. Trust me, we can release some things on you guys then, because you're lying about her character, when prejudice has been the overall nature of the alleged actions that you guys have committed for years here, backed by the people in badges. Let me hear one badge hit the dislike. Let me hear one badge hit the dislike, and what we'll do is we'll release you with them, and I'll let them know you support this group. And then all their ideology being opened up on you can lead to other prejudice things in the background to what I already have. See, you guys are acting like you're not part of this entire genre of evil. Miss Mitski has never had a racist bone in her body. Shout to everybody, all my Jews. Shout to all my Jewish people. She has never had one racist bone in her body. She had my back many times, a young czar. So I can say everything I read that you have listed is a lie. The only reason I'm not dropping your article, because I don't want you to get no credit off of it. But when my commenters slide in here and they see it, I will personally send the info if I have to show exactly who all of you are. And a lot of people in Harrisburg will know then. So you can slide uptown, on the hill, anywhere. They're going to know who you are. That's all I'm going to say about that. You rocking with your boy TheCzarr, all rights reserved. All rights. Not just your group's rights, not just that group's rights, or your supremacist type of mindset. We can fix that quick. That's all I'm saying. And just know what it is. You're no different than these cops I have information on in their prejudiced lifestyles. Trust me. It will all get mounted together. Then you and the select officers that support your group. I have a question. Why do they have an issue with at least 5 or 6 black guys gathering, but you let a group that has very questionable views reinforce their policy and thoughts by releasing personal information on people Like they can't get sued for everything they have. How is that possible? Raging Chicken Press, you want to answer that? Because I didn't even know about your existence. I'll give you some credibility because my commenters will slide through and tear your site up. Period. You're talking to the TheCzarr now. You better get it in check. You already know what it is. And I know some of you watch me. I actually went to college with some of you. Come on. Calm your heart. Because when those dudes were around terrorizing people who were going to college, y'all weren't standing up for nothing. I was standing up the whole time. So don't play. Don't play. Don't play around with that. Now the 6th and 7th man. It is a hunt now for the 6th and 7th man involved in this rapper's execution. What do we have and what do we understand to be the factors? Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? No, really, can I get a witness? On the stand. Can I get a witness? Since you guys only want to pick apart the guy who took the picture and we had these witnesses yelling things out. Can I get a witness on the stand? Oh, did I forget? No, I didn't forget. I found questionable motive of one of the witnesses earlier on in the case. Questionable motive. And I had this for a while. But I'm actually sitting on it to see what he says else. Questionable motive. I mean, relation motive. Relativity. The relativity factor. Is this the Mandela effect? Did you guys see this coming? Or was this something that was presumed to be something else, something else? What are we doing here? What are we actually doing? Damsels and decoys. That's what we're looking at. Damsels who are screaming that, oh, you know, they do something for protecting themselves or acting a certain way. Then you have decoys, people playing a certain game and a certain mindset and presence that we know to not be it. What else do we have going on? What else do we have going on for real? You see, because the normal mind that pays their taxes, my tax money goes to the same, let's say, alleged prejudice that goes on in this city when I find it happening as it happened to me in experience. And I gladly explain that if anyone wanted to sit down and listen. But it would get hairy because it would get some of your buddies hung up. Yes, the alleged prejudice. You see, but it's not just prejudice. It's racism. Why? What's the difference? What's the difference here? You see, racism is when someone is in a position of power, utilizing their prejudice. You could be prejudiced and not be around me and just be a prejudice that lives and dies on their own. You see, when racists get in a position of power with their prejudice, you are using racism and your racist views according to how your power grows or how your choices are made. That is a racist. You can't be prejudiced with a badge. You're a racist. You get the difference? You're utilizing your prejudice, but you're a racist because you have power to detain people, to do whatever, but your mentality may not be objective. You may be just looking for opportunities to do things. And that's why I'm saying, if I find any relation or any type of relativity between you and any of these groups that have done things in this city or have released addresses and names, something I've never done, you will be linked to them. And I will give her the evidence to prove the link, because you are the ultimate dirt in life. Everybody who reacts this way, who behaves this way, you're the ultimate dirt, because you're so sissy that you have to use your means of power in order to reinforce your belief. When you can't have your belief and stand strong on your own, you need a whole group of people to do it. See, I match groups with groups. Solo, I'd meet up with the person if they wanted to chat. But cowardice does not allow them to be that way. So if anybody's linked to this situation, you could comment below. I'll respond right away. I always do. My commenters will tell you I do. Commenter universe, stand up. Hit that like button. Because now we're taking a stand for something. We're taking a stand for lies on someone who is called a supremacist who I know is not. I know is not. And I can tell you off of my character because I called the ones out who no one ever called that. With life proof, because of how they behave, things they do on the weekend, but then go during their work day and try to arrest or subdue these people like there's some goody two shoes. Oh, you liar. Oh, you lie. You live a lie too. Stop playing with me, because a lot of you do that. And that's what I'm saying. I don't care if you send Officer Meek Mill. Yeah, they sent a Meek Mill lookalike and to sit there and stare at me. What did I do? I walked right back up and was staring you right in your eyes. Do I look like the guy you want to play that game with? In uniform or out of uniform? Really? Really? No, because I don't play that. Doesn't matter if you're black or white. You can still be prejudiced and black. I'm black, so let me deal with the black guy. What difference does it make? You still are what you are. Why do they think it makes a difference? You are what you are. Did I ever say that I'm adding a color to when I say prejudice? I know lots of blacks that are prejudiced against their own because, like that thug, and he could be black saying that. So what does it really matter at the end of the day? Do you think your credibility is held because you've accomplished something great by putting a badge on, but your mindset and your thoughts, your actions are still trash? No. You see, the problem right now is that we have horrendous things occurring in our country, but we have no reinforcement against the people who are living off of us. Yes, you live off of us. The working man, you live off of him. If you're law enforcement, you live off of us, right? Because you get tax money. And when our taxes go up, they don't want to say it, but you're probably getting an increase. But then you want to harass the same people instead of protecting and serving because you can't show up when it matters. Or you want to allow others to march and do things. But when a group of a few blacks get together, no. The cops are coming running down like, what's going on here? Like, shut up. Shut up. That's what I tell you right to your face. Shut up. And you won't do nothing. Because that's my right to tell you to shut up. If I'm not doing anything and you run down on me and disrespect me, I'm going to give it back. You're not going to find nothing. You're not going to do nothing. Just keep it moving. Period. And I look you in your eyes and that's what you see. Now I said it. So when I'm looking at you, when you're looking at me, that's what you know in your head. Period. I don't have time for the lying, the prejudice, all the weird acting. Oh, do this for my buddies. Oh, let me go support. Go ahead. Go ahead. You'll see. You and your buddies are on the spotlight. And there's more people watching than just me. Understand that part. So that's where it gets real. Because all that foul stuff you did behind the scenes, boom, it's going to come out. Then what? Then what? My hand was forced. I was in a situation. I know he was unarmed, but... And then this guy kills 11 people and y'all couldn't do nothing. Nothing. He surrendered. So what? You blew away. Some of you guys, this is how lame y'all are. You pull your gun on a 9-year-old. You can't pull your gun on a 48-year-old man who murdered. That's how sad you are. So what that tells me is when you fake protection meets a real killer, what do? You don't do anything. You're not capable of doing anything unless it's black. Unless it's some other minority than the same dirt and trash that you live your life as. Then y'all want to call everybody else supremacists. When you're a supremacist and you're real or hidden life. Let's be real. Let's talk that real now. What you think all rights reserved means? I don't care if they're Jewish. I don't care if they're Arab. I never looked at that. I look at the heart. And I see the darkness in your heart. That's going to become my energy. The darkness in your heart is going to become my energy. And I'm going to take it off you. You see? I'm going to take it all from you. You better be all smiles and all. If you really want to hurt me, just be all smiles. Be all behind the waist. Not offending any other black. Not pulling weapons on a young black kid when you're scared of a 48-year-old man. Really? You're so brave. You do such a justice to our country. Some of you never even put in military time. Some of you are the size of a 12-year-old kid. Like, get lost. Get lost. We don't need you. And if you didn't know, now you know. The hunt for the 6th and 7th man is underway. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? One that claimed they were there, then claimed they weren't? All on social media acting like they were brave when motives are so clear? When assumptions are out the window, presumptions are out the window, and fact starts to creep in? Can we get something? Can we get some justice? I guess it's all up to internal affairs, since those who are slated to protect and serve want every tax dollar that they didn't earn, but want to stand up here like they're doing something right. Yeah. Yeah. You ain't doing nothing. Stop playing with me. All rights reserved. Stop playing with me. What's wrong with you?